Greetings, humanity, and welcome to Channel Other Doc. I'm Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is the premiere of our short campaign of Electric Bastionland, a game by Chris McDowall about a strange, fantastical city entering its electric age, and the poor souls there seeking to pay off their debts through treasure hunting. I'm very excited for this. I've been wanting to try it for some time, and so I can't wait. So we're going to go around and say hi to everybody. We don't have characters yet. This is going to be a sort of character generation world buildy type session thingy. So we're going to go around and just say who you are and what kind of games you like, if there are any in particular you like. And we will start with Maitreyi. Hello.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to play this game. It's an awesome system and character generation is so much fun. So I think we're gonna have a ball tonight. As for what kind of games I like, I'll play anything twice, at least twice. I love trying new systems because I love knowing the bones of a thing, you know? I really like seeing how different elements of gameplay and story are mechanized in different approaches to the game. So I love trying new systems. There's not any one particular game that I like, but yeah, I'm on the quest right now for good urban fantasy. And I think Electric Bastion is sort of adjacent to that, so we'll see. Yeah, that's me.
Nice. Awesome. So glad to have you here. And now we will head over to KG. Hello.
Hey everybody, I'm KG. I'm happy to be here. This is a game that I did not know exist before the call went out, and now I do. So I'm super stoked about it. It's kind of in my wheelhouse a little bit. I'm a big fan of like alternate reality type games that are similar to our world but different. And Castle Falkenstein being one of my favorites. But I also like Maitreyi had mentioned previously, I enjoy a lot of different games because I want to see how their mechanics enhance whatever it is they're trying to do. And so that way I can then steal for when I run games.
Excellent. Good. It's always nice to be able to cannibalize games for parts if you need them. But just awesome to have you here. And now we shall head over to Jazmine. Hello.
Hello, I'm Jazmine. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. But a lot of games I'm playing right now. Kids on Bike system is one. I finally got to see that show of the Tales from the Loop kind of thing, and I was really fascinated by how that mechanic worked when it's time folding on itself within itself, becoming itself again, and it's just really cool. I really love Electric Bastion. I've been watching the progress on it for a little bit here, so I'm excited to create a character in this don't want to call it steampunk because it's not quite steampunk. It's very electropunk. We'll just call it that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Awesome. Yeah. No, I like a lot of different kinds of games. I mostly because I can't stop myself usually from trying all manner of different games. I like games with prompts. I think any type of game that gives you prompts you can bounce off of is always nice, because makes the brain jump in delightful directions, which I enjoy. But before I hand things over to our conductor, Sara, also, by the way, I will mention these three folks, all new faces on the channel. I'm very excited for that as well. Always happy for that. But before we dive in, just to let folks know, you may see us use safety tools from time to time. So like we do with other games on this channel, we're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. So if we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, or like hold up a card or make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil. So it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know if we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or if we say or we do something and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much, then everyone can respond to that again with an X, an N, or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anybody needs. As a reminder, just a few content warnings. This game may contain references to debt collectors, guns, alcohol, and violence typical of tabletop RPGs. And if you ever want to see that come up in chat, you can type in the command EBCW, Electric Bastionland content warning, and that will pull that up. It's also going to be on regular rotation, so you'll see it pop up from time to time in chat. Finally, just remember that we have an open door policies, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if you need to. It's just a game, and mental health is always more important. And so without further ado, I shall now hand things over to our conductor, Sara. Hello!
Hello! I am the only person who has a character because I am all of them. I am Sara. I use she, her pronouns, and thank you very much to Jim for allowing me to run this short campaign on his channel. Tonight we are going to be doing character creation and a little bit of collaborative world building, so it's going to be a bit of an abbreviated session tonight. We're not going to get into any actual gameplay until next week. So that's our agenda for this evening. And as far as games I like to play, I like Maitreyi. I like them all. And I especially like Powered by the Apocalypse systems that have few rules, but you can do anything with them. You can build any kind of character you like, you can do any kind of moves you like, but they're still kind of guided by mechanics, if that makes any sense to anyone. So without further ado, I don't care how you roll your dice. You can roll the shiny click-clack math rocks, or you can use the completely useless Electric Bastionland character generator that Jim found. We are going to start by rolling for stats. So it is 3d6, and you can assign them to strength, your dexterity, or your charisma.
And does it matter which order we put them in?
The book doesn't say, and I don't care.
Okay, cool.
3d6 for each.
Yeah,
Got it.
3d6 for each, and not just 3d6 in general. So 3d6 for strength, for dexterity, and for charisma. Yeah.
This is gonna be real fun because I rolled a real. It's already starting good, guys.
Amazing. I used up all my good rolls, so
So you know what? I'm gonna be real dexterous. Just don't expect any charisma. So
All right. And once you've done that, then roll 1d6 for your hit protection and 1d6 for your loose change.
Yep, I totally
Yep.
already just used up my good rolls. Remember
Yup,
how I
yup,
said?
yup.
Really excited about my 1 hit protection and
Oh.
my 2 change.
Oh, I got the reverse. Did my 1 hit protection and my 4 armor.
That's wild.
Just the dice gods are real funny today.
I'm sorry. What's the die that we roll for hit protection again?
1d6 for hit protection, and then another d6 for your loose change, like how much money you have.
Gotcha. I have slightly more change than hit points.
You can buy 2 sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Right. And then in the book on page 7, there is a chart that you your lowest ability score is above the top and your highest ability score is along the left, and matching those 2 up will give you a number, and that gives you your failed career.
Sorry, what page did you say?
7.
Page 7.
Or it's page 7 in the book, page 9 in the PDF.
Okay, thanks. Go to the
Mhm.
PDF. I have the PDF.
There's an A and a B.
Pick one.
I shall.
Yep.
Yeah. They're both fun options, but I've realized which one I have to go with. Just from the name alone.
All right. And then there is
I'm very excited about mine.
there are 2 tables beneath your failed career, and your spare change is the top one. So if you roll the 1, you take the option that's 1, and your hit protection is the other.
Oh. Cool. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Is that a good? Oh no.
Good,
Or is that a
or
oh no?
It could go either way, really.
Yeah.
And then there's a question of good for me, bad for others. I don't know.
Oh.
We'll have
Oh
to see.
my. I just have something similar. And I'm going to have to work on this for when we play.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Does everybody have their failed career and some options?
Mm. And we put the you get section into our inventory, correct?
Correct.
Excellent.
I have lost the page. No, come back.
All right. Who's going to admit as to what they ended up with?
I'm still getting mine together.
Oh, okay.
Uh, okay. I think I got it. Might still be on the wrong page though. It was on the PDF was page 21, right?
It should.
I think.
It'll
Yeah,
say
page
its number.
21. In the PDF, it's page 19 that failed careers start on.
Okay, so
Yeah. So are we talking about what we got, or are we hanging back for a moment until we've got everything lined up?
We're hanging back for a moment. Let's
Gotcha.
let everybody get theirs together.
Cool.
And then we will discuss what made you go, oh my God.
Okay. If you wish. Yeah. It's something that I like about games where they will where you do random generation is that if the options are fun but also open enough that you can interpret them in different ways.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah. I think I may have told you guys this. I think I definitely did. The last time I played this game, I was a failed amateur surgeon. Was my career, and I chose to interpret it as failing the amateur part. So now I'm a professional surgeon. I don't think I'll be able to do any such clever wordplay with this one. Clever.
well,
maybe actually.
We'll see. Because I feel like mine's kind of it makes sense, but then it doesn't. So it's kind of oh man. I feel like I'll be useful. Maybe. Depends on how you mean useful. But
I'm very decidedly not useful.
yeah, I might. It feels like I'm gonna counteract somebody. That's what it feels like so far. But
I have a terrible. Go ahead.
Man.
All right. Does everyone have their failed career and other stuff selected so we can
I think so. I was trying to write down like the notes on the side in case I need it later, but I don't think I'll need it.
All right. I don't know what the overlay looks like, so we're just gonna go from the Zoom chat. Actually, I do know what the overlay looks like because it's in Discord. So let's start with Maitreyi and find out what your failed career is and what your name is, and if you have a name yet.
I do.
And
I do.
anything else about your character and what your loose change and hit protection got you.
My name is Wackler, Wakler.
Okay.
And she is a field master blender. And unfortunately, the factory that I worked in sank into the underground, and I have a headlamp from the process. That's what my hit points got me. My money, my glorious two, gave me the United Reclaim Fats of a box of suet.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I do have a giant oar. I assume I use it to whack people, and that's probably part of why I failed at being a blender, because I use the oar for non-blending purposes.
Ah.
Oh, geez.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I feel like I should apologize.
I mean, oh, that. See, now I feel like I did it wrong.
So it's Wackler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wakler pronouns she, her.
Gotcha. Wakler. All right.
Master blender.
Nice.
And it's page 184 on the PDF.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. KG, what do you got for us?
Well, it looks like I'm going to be playing Guzik, the failed underlaborer. Apparently, he's not physically the quickest to get out of the way, and he talks a little something like, "So, as he can only speak gibberish but understand everyone else just fine."
Oh.
I'm assuming people still like him because I put my charisma at 12
Amazing.
before I even knew what was going on. So we're going to try and find a way to make this charismatic gibberish guy work. And Jim, that's spelled Guzuk.
Guzuk.
Yep, Guzik.
And you're an underlaborer?
Underlaborer. Yep.
Awesome. What do you know Guzik's pronouns?
He, him.
Awesome.
Or as he would say, hurry.
All right, and what did your hit protection get you?
My hit protection is what got me the gibberish.
The gibberish?
Yeah.
All right.
And my loose change got me the secret of the maze. You can sense a dead end as soon as you enter a passageway that ends in one.
Okay.
So while his dex might not be that great and he's not that fleet of foot, he doesn't go places that he'd have no exit.
All right. So, Jazmine, what do you got for us?
Okay, so now that I went back and read the thing, I think I got it. I am Godiver. That's Gidiver. Ver, and I'm a Rolliker Club alumni. And what did that do? Because there's that. So I take a set of unread engineering textbooks and what did I do with those? Oh, I can fall up to 20 feet without hurting myself. So,
Nice.
am I reading that right? Yep, that's it.
Just real bouncy.
I'm a real bouncy former club kid.
I love it.
Apparently, I'm sports and real awful. And then after that, what else happened? No, not a club kid. I'm a former school spirit sports kid. That's what that is. Okay, thought it was something. And I think that's it. Yeah, because I'm on page 71, I want to say. It might be 72.
Right.
Am I reading that right?
Jazz, did you say that you rolled low on your charisma?
Yeah, I'm a 4.
So is that might be why you had a failed career as a spirit sports cheering thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yep. So real. I mean, we did the rah, and then I set things on fire. So that's spirit. You want to be fired up.
Take it real literally.
But the cool part, because I'm real flexible, I have a 10 dex. So even if you push me out of like a 20-story window, I'm gonna be fine.
Nice.
I'm basically a cat.
Basically a
Love it.
cat. Love it.
I'm real good for you, or maybe not at all. But that's
And what are Godiver's pronouns?
I'm gonna go with they, them.
Okay. And last but not least, Jim.
Hello.
Once you have the overlay updated, what do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I actually am gonna tackle it momentarily. I've been writing it down in an Excel file for right now, and then I'm gonna hop it up, and I'm gonna hop it over to the overlay in a moment. Once brain and hands and everything are coordinated again. But what am I doing? I am. So I'm. The name is work in progress. I actually looked, and I'm gonna use. I guess I'll use a slight variation on one of the years. For some reason, I wanted to go with a French name, so my character is going to be named Michel.
Okay.
And it's Michel. And at the moment, I'm gonna go. We'll say he, they. For his pronouns, and he is an investment centurion.
Ooh.
Or was. He's a failed investment centurion. Which I saw that and I was like, I have to pick that. I almost
Amazing.
It was that's the thing. The other thing, the other choice on that same number was amateur amputator.
It comes back.
That's what I meant.
It came back.
I was
That's
stuck between the
wild.
two, and I thought, no, I must choose the centurion.
That's amazing.
Leader of 100 traders. Any one of them would have sold you out. So basically, someone who was an utter bastard, I'm guessing.
I love it. just stole from the NFT bros. Like that's
Possibly.
why you failed.
I'm not sure. But I get a decorative letter opener and worn out business wear. That I get to wear in my new career as a debtor. And the I'm going to say that the item that I got off of that from the question. I'm actually going to read the second question first because of how amused I am by the results of the first question. So how did you keep track of the numbers? And because of the amount of HP I have, it is the twins. It says, which is you take a pair of cufflinks or matching rings. You can whisper a number-related problem into one and listen into the other for the answer.
Okay.
Nice.
That's
So
really cool.
I think I have access, some sort of secret access to some kind of feed from somewhere that basically does calculations, that kind of
That's
thing.
awesome.
And I think it was used for market calculations, but alas, did not help as I was probably trying too hard to swindle people.
Don't let Guzik try and speak into it. It might break it.
It might.
Can you talk to my synchronized watches then?
Yeah, maybe. It's possible. Depends on if they're
I
on the
have
same
two
network.
of them.
Just have to put them on the network, I guess. But then the first question that it has here is, what did you manage to reclaim from your desk? And the item I managed to reclaim from my desk is a compulsion cube covered in buttons and switches. Anybody seeing it for the first time is deprived until they get to play with it or get their own.
Wow.
So I'm imagining one of those ridiculously expensive office toys that
Like from
people
Starber
just
Image or
can't
something.
put down. Yeah, exactly. That people just can't put down. And they have to have it when they see it because they have to figure out what it does. And the delightful thing is, I think it just doesn't do anything. It just distracts people. There's this cube that maybe there's something inside. We don't know. We're trying to get it open.
And we're just gonna creep right past them and down the alley.
Yeah. And is that everything
So-
today?
Yep. All right. So the next thing to figure out is who you all owe a debt to. And for that, we take the youngest player, which I'm not going to guess as to who it is, but we will figure that out. And
Not it.
And on that failed careers page, there's the white box of if you are the youngest player in the whole group, it's 10K in debt to blank. So duke it out for youngest player.
I am guessing that that Jazz is younger than I am. I'm
gonna say it. I'll say it. I'm 33. Does that
I'm
mean?
38. So yeah.
Yeah, finally, the
Alright.
youngest in the group.
So you are 10K. You are all 10K in debt to Time Enforcer 2nd Regiment, and which means that you all have synchronized watches.
So I have 4 sets of watches now. Oh,
My God.
I'm that
Still
person.
Not enough watches.
Multiple bracelets
love
on
it.
both arms.
This game is just gonna turn into us finding more watches for Jazz's character. Like that's just arm full.
Maybe that should be like my ultimate goal, is just to be covered in watches.
Right. So we have Jim as Michelle, KG as Guzik, the gibberish speaking person, Maitreyi as Wackler, and Jazz as Godiver, and you all are in debt to the Time Enforcer's 2nd Regiment. So that is who holds your debt.
Excellent.
Time Enforcer's 2nd Regiment. Sorry, I just want to make a note. Okay. Okay.
All right. And with that, I have some world building questions for all of you. I put them in the chat earlier today, and because I know that if I get asked a question on the spot, my brain immediately goes blank and forgets every thought it's ever had. So I wanted to give you all a heads up about that. And so we will start with. Now I forgot my questions.
I mean, I see them. I think.
They're
Hold on.
great questions. I remember them.
Hold on. I'm getting to.
The neighborhood / area your characters are in is called the Listening Post. How it got its name, we don't know yet. It's just always been the Listening Post. And it has a canal, a trolley car, a footpath, a sky tram. It's kind of a big area, but it has all of those methods of transportation in it. And so what I want to know from each of you is, what's an establishment or landmark in the neighborhood? What is it now? What did it used to be? And what does it become at night? And I will not call on people, but just because I don't want to put people on the spot. But if you have anything that you thought of, please feel free to jump in as I take notes.
One from each of us?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've got one. I can share mine. So it's a 40-story building. It's called it used to be a bank, maybe where this character used to work. but it used to be a bank, used to be commercial offices. It has there was a period during which everyone did remote work or transition to cloud computing, and the offices themselves became abandoned. So the building used to be a bank, used to be offices, is now housing, and it's like really shitty housing because the rooms were never meant to be residences. Like, so they're basically just cubes next to each other inside this building, and so that's what it is now, and it's called the Hibernia building, Hibernia, and the thing it becomes at night is that the basement is a speakeasy. It's this really cool, a slightly seedy bar, but like a really fun joint. And the residents hate it, obviously.
Why do they hate it?
Actually, it's starting to be a gentrified neighborhood. So, like, the people in the building are probably a little bit wealthier, and that's kind of why they hate this, like, established legacy speakeasy in the basement. And that's, yeah. Anything else you need about that? Awesome.
There's also in the neighborhood there is a diner that is called the Stagecoach because it used to be a stagecoach like station for people to join and leave. But as electricity has come to be, things have been modernized, and the Stagecoach is not as common, and so this one got repurposed. They're known for meals that all kind of look the same. They taste different, but it all kind of looks the same. It's all very brown in color, and slathered in gravy. But they at night it moonlights as a veterinarian office for people that can't afford proper services.
Nice. All right, Jim or Jazmine?
So mine, I got stuck on what to turn it into at night, but it's kind of a modest squat building that's over by the canal, known as the Dry Bones Club. What it used to be was like a tele-messaging center. Is where you would take your messages to be sent by postal to get to and from the city. And then as electricity started to become main convenience and they created the telegraph, it switched over to that. And then as competition happens, it slowly just kind of fell into ruin. Want to say at night it becomes like yet another club that no one wants, but they're there because it's there and I'm here. So it's not the best, but it's a great place to pick up on I guess underbelly information. So
Okay, names should be in place.
All right. Jim, do you have a location for us?
Yeah. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
So we shall stumble our way through it. So it is a so there's this kiosk. This old kind of looks kind of like a newspaper kiosk, or sort of a place where they used to vend to sell newspapers. It's in the middle of this square. It's hexagonal, and it's hard to kind of see how to get in or out of it. This sort of decorated thing, sort of with the old wooden kiosk, right? That people still, to this day, they'll put posters and things like that on it from time to time. Now, the thing about it is that underneath is a series is it gives you access to a series of tunnels, potentially just to like the sewer system or to who knows where. But this used to be essentially there was a time when this was a drop point for folks who were in the espionage business. Now, since that point, electricity has happened, and we have slightly better ways of communicating. Dead drops and things like that are still used, but I think that there was some sort of conflict, and that sort of area was exposed. So it's like as more and more people figured out that it was there, it was sort of one of those things where it's like, okay, well, we can't use that anymore. And so now, during the day, it's not used very often. I think at night it is. It's kind of a. I want to say it's actually the entrance to kind of an underground market. Some certain criminal elements have moved in, and other folks where it's just sort of basically they've got stuff down in the tunnels they want to move. So it's become kind of a convenient point to make use of that. That's essentially where that's essentially where you can potentially gain access to the black market if you go down there. I guess people still sometimes use it for like leaving messages or what have you, but it's more of a there's no longer a spy organization of any kind using it, as far as we know.
Right.
As far as we know, is probably like my favorite forward to tabletop.
Yep.
Sort of there with
That's a useful phrase.
Seems fine. It seems clear.
You can certainly try.
Does that answer all the questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just updating my map, which I may or may not share with the group. Okay, and the other question was, who is an NPC that resides or works in the listening post? What do they do now? What did they used to do before? And why don't they do it anymore? So they don't have to be tied to the location, but they can be that you gave. So just a few characters. And if you don't have names for them right now, that's fine.
I'll go.
Names are really tough.
Heinrich von Dugan used to be a doctor, but got really sick and tired of people, and that's why he runs a bootleg veterinarian hospital outside or out of the Stagecoach.
Hell yes.
Animals are better than people is his motto.
Oh,
Anyone else want to go next?
I have an NPC. It's kind of, I can't settle on the name yet,
That's fine.
but they are, I was going through the little character sheet. I want to say they're like a failed lounge singer.
Oh, love it.
Nice.
So now they're basically a mob boss in a way.
Hell yes.
I don't know where they reside, but that's as far as I got in that NPC process. So
Why aren't they a singer anymore?
oh, that's what I was. So they're not a singer anymore because they had a little accident before their show, and now every time she speaks, she kind of whistles in between words.
Ah.
So she's known not to her face, but behind her back as the cuckoo lady. So she kind of sounds like a
I am
cuckoo
very
bird.
excited for Sarah to play this NPC.
Trying to think of like a bird name that she could be associated with that makes it even more obvious.
Robin, maybe?
Maybe. Uh,
Ooh, Swan Song.
hey.
Like, because like swans have terrible voices.
Yep. Yep, that's true. And they have terrible mouths. Oh, they have terrible mouths.
Yeah.
And it's like a good crime boss name, I feel like. Swan Song is like just ominous enough. Or bird song. No, bird song is too also. Anyway, that's my toss in the ring. For my NPC, I actually just rolled on the field table. So I have Pontiac. He is a field debt collector.
Ooh, nice.
And he is a field debt collector because he's just real bad at debt collecting. Like the second someone says, "Come on, man, cut me a break," he's like, "Oh, okay, fine." Like he's just like a really good guy, and he is a very soft heart. And the more cynical among us would call him gullible and naive, but I like to think he's just like a sweet guy, like a kind person who knows that everyone's just doing their best to get by. And his name is Pontiac. Feels like character. He is now at night he's a bartender at the speakeasy. During the day he helps the little old ladies in the building with like all the stuff the landlord won't do. So helping tighten hinges and change valves and fix the plumbing a little, and like generally a handyman and a super for the building in an unofficial capacity for the Hibernia. Anything else you need from me? I think that's all the answers your questions.
Just taking notes. Does the speakeasy in the Hibernia have a name? Or is it just
It does.
as
It is
speakeasy?
called the knife's edge.
Nice. All right, which takes us to Jim.
Okay. So I just cobbled together a person in my head, and you can let me know if this works or doesn't work. Is this supposed to be someone with like failed career type, similar situation to us?
It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay. There is sort of that, because it's I guess the question is to make sure I'm actually answering the question. Resides or works here. What do they do? What did they used to do before that? Why don't they do it anymore? Gotcha. So the NPC, her name is she's she her, and her name is Elzie Fleming. It's Elzie, and her previously, prior to, in the before time, she was a dilettante. She actually, she was one of the moneyed folks. And then terrible things happened. Electricity happened. Markets crashed or changed. People didn't quite know where they were, and she lost a great deal at that point. And so she fell back as a career onto one of her hobbies, which she's always been kind of fairly carefree and dashing as people go, as far as things go. And so one of her hobbies was aviation. So she's still what she is now. Her hobby of being a pilot is now turned into her business, and she lives in an area, sort of an office that's attached to this. I do not know how flying devices function in this reality, but I know that there's a vague reference somewhere. So she is in. It's like, it could be like some sort of plane-like thing, or it could be some sort of ornithopter type thing. I'm not sure, but she has a hangar for them, and for her, and she now is basically she continues living to the best of her ability as a pilot, a charter pilot who will take folks out on little tours over the city, over Bastion, so that folks can get their bird's eye view and pay her monies to do it.
Nice.
Yeah. Still very much believes in going out and partying and doing all those sorts of things that she used to do when rich. Unfortunately, does not have the means to do it quite as extravagantly as she used to. Was part of what happened to her financially my fault? I'm not sure, but it's possible. We have kind of a love-hate relationship sometimes, I think.
Oh, I love that.
Come on.
Yeah. I think of us as friends. She sometimes thinks of us as friends. It depends.
We're that friend that she's always like making excuses for in her head.
Yeah. It's one of those things. I think it's one of those things where it's like she can't stay mad at me for whatever reason.
Oh, I love it.
Now, granted, my charisma isn't that great. It's only like 12, but it is a little above average. Anyway.
No Wonder Draft. I don't want to add a new label. I want to delete the label that I had. All right. So that is about what I had to cover today. We have characters and we have the world of the listening post and Bastion kind of build out. I will take that information and what the heck, I will send everybody the map as soon as I get that done. So that you can have that for your reference. And we will pick up next week with our failed adventurers or our failed careers people's potentially successful adventurers.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Finding out about a treasure that can help pay off their debt. So we will dive into the world of Bastion next week. And so thank you all for showing up tonight. Thank you, chat. And with that, I will pass it back over to Jim.
Yay! I'm really looking forward to this. just the sheer the way in which these different characters are starting to come together. I'm just fascinated to see how it works and how everybody ends up knowing each other and how everybody ends up working with each other. Because this is going to be cool. Also kind of keen to learn more about the what are time enforcers? I'm scared. Is there time travel in this game? I don't know.
There's a timer.
I know, right? So I'm excited to find out what sort of missions they're going to send us on, or just what sort of what we do to scramble to pay them off. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you all very much for watching. This is a bit of a shorter session. We're doing just sort of the world building foundational stuff, and next week we're going to pick back up and do our actual and do the RP and Gamery, and I cannot wait. We're going to go around and do our outros in reverse order from the way we started. Feel free to tell folks where they can find you, and any final thoughts you had about this or something you're looking forward to in this game. And we are going to start with our conductor, Sara.
Hello, everybody. I am Sara, and you can find me on the internet pretty much everywhere as Sara of Swords. That's Sara without an H. And I am just looking forward to running this game and seeing where you all take it. Take what I give you. And running with it. So yeah, I'm excited for next week.
Me too. Awesome. And thank you so much for running this for us. This is going to be great. And now we will head over to Jazmine.
Hello, I'm Jazmine, and I'll be Godiver when we come back. I am excited to find out how aggressively enthusiastic I can be about things and hopefully not annoy too many people. Oh, I'm making notes to be like, maybe we should make puns about all the sports things that I am really bad at. So it's going to be great. You can find me on most social media under Jazz on Record. I am not streaming right now, but I am brushing up on a few things here and there. So if you find my Twitch channel, go ahead and follow it. I might come back. I might not. You'll see. So
Nice. And now we'll head over to KG.
Hey everyone, I'm KG. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary, same as Hive. You can find me here on Tuesdays for this short campaign. You can also find me over on Praxagora Thesmiophoria's channel on Saturdays for a high-level D&D campaign that we're currently streaming our second season of. And otherwise, that's about it for me. But I'm looking forward to the challenge of Guzik and all of his so gotta work on his accent this next week. and we'll see you. We'll see you then.
Nice. I can't wait. This is gonna be awesome. And finally, we'll head over to Maitreyi.
Hello, I'm Maitreyi. Thank you again for running this and putting this game together, Jim and Sara. It's gonna be just a ton of fun. I'm gonna be Walkler, the field master blender, and I'm already trying real hard not to make just the dirtiest jokes about that. but anyway, I'm very excited to be here. I make system agnostic or multi-system, call it whatever you want, content on YouTube. If you want to check that out. And that's at Maitreyi Plays Games. And I am currently on a Tales from the Loop game and an Oops All Goblins Pathfinder game with Defenders of Kobold. That is listed as actual plays on my channel as well and on theirs also, and it's released in audio form as well if that is helpful for anyone. Otherwise, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to play this game and with all of you.
Excellent.
Yay.
Yay. Awesome. And well then, that leaves me. Who am I? That's a great question. I never know from day to day, but this evening I'm Jim Ryan. I'm just really looking forward to playing another. I have a feeling this is going to be. I have this meter sometimes. I go between characters that go between what is it? Regretful and capricious, I think is the is one axis of the scale that I have created, and it's the y-axis in fact, I think this is going to be once again an opportunity to play a character closer to the capricious end of the scale, and so that's going to be a delight. So that I very much look forward to. So you can find me at OtherDoc on Twitch, Twitter, Hive, Mastodon, and most other social media platforms. Where I'm not OtherDoc, I'm Jim, Yes That Jim. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other audio thingies, writings, and such. Down below, you can access my website, social media links, YouTube channel, and various other things. On this channel on Friday, we have our one of our two groups in our Linked Persistent World Don't Rest Your Head campaign that I've been running for the last several months. So that plot arc is called The Boiling Point, and so that is going to be Friday evening. And then Monday evening, we have the other group in the arc called The Frozen Soul. And I'm just sort of looking forward to seeing as they're finally kicked off. They were at a Renaissance fair, and then they found their way into the Mad City, and I can't wait to see what happens to them. So very much looking forward to that. And then on Tuesday, more of this, and we'll actually get to dig in and see how this game goes. I'm very excited for it. So when we hit the end card, we're going to go say hi to somebody. There are a couple of folks who are streaming right now. Christiana Ellis, the GR crew. We'll go say hi to one of them most likely. Feel free to hang on if you're so inclined and say hi to them with us. That'll be again when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will catch you next time. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.